This is Steve Price with the SRP channel, and today's video is not about owning dogs, but finding studs in a vaulted ceiling. And you can see here, that's probably about 18 feet there and maybe 10 feet there, and working it off from 8-foot ladder. We're wanting to add a fixture in the middle at the center point between the fireplace and this wall, and between the two beams there. And so I've already started, obviously. Once I found a center point of the room here, I found that center point by making a tape mark there and then getting my laser, or using my laser and getting a mark there for the center point there, and then another line there which goes to the inside of that beam there, and then taking the measurement between here and there, and that would be the mark here centered, and that would be the center between these two. And then I use my laser level, Bosch laser level, and then that could give me a center point. But that's the center point of the room. They want to center it in this area here. And then also, there's a mysterious box. For some reason, there's a fixture off to the side here. This is where we're getting power from. Here. And it is hot. I made sure, obviously, before we started this. But that's where the power is going to come from. And we already started. But the first thing I did after I drilled out my hole to get the fixture in, and I'll use a remodel box for that, which I'll show you, is once I got that hole in the wall or in the ceiling, I could tell where the studs were, and then I measured inside the sheetrock and then marked where roughly the studs are, which are the pieces of blue tape. And the reason I did that was to get stud separation. It's usually always 16, but you never know. It could have been 24, but rarely 12. Sometimes 12, but usually 16, which is what this is. And so that enabled me to find the location of these two other joists here. And then I marked out where the other two joists are, and then cut an access hole, which I've already drilled out. So then we just run the wire now down from here on the first one, through that stud, then that stud, and then I haven't done it yet, but I already drilled out the stud there at an angle. And so what I'll do is put on this wire that I'm using, which is 14.3, I'll put a piece of copper wire, like a 6 gauge or something stiff that's not too hard, but can go through that insulation when I'm pushing it through. And then that'll enable me to fix that. And so by doing this, we were able just to get one large hole cut for the wire. And I kind of made the hole lower down here, so I could do everything from this 8-foot ladder instead of having to bring in a 10-foot ladder. So that is the progress. I'm hoping this is a video that might be helpful for people who are a little scared of doing this. But if you are doing this, homeowner or even electrician or whoever, so the key is I have a multi-tool, which is awesome for sheetrock. Mark that hole off, leave a little bit over the studs. If you're going to have to get a drill in there to drill up through the sides, and that left me plenty of room on each side. Mark the holes in pencil, light pencil, never marker, and then make it square. It's always important to make it square like that, because sheetrockers and so forth, it's a lot easier to patch if it's square instead of having like some odd hole. But then we'll patch this here. I'm going to tie into that. That will unfortunately have to be a hidden box there. So, and I told the customer they definitely want that hidden. So I'm going to use the piece of sheetrock I cut out for the hole and patch that up. But that'll be a hidden deal there. So another little tip, when you get everything cut out, see how neat the cuts are, but leave tiny little pencil marks where the studs are at the center point. So when you put the sheetrock back up, it's not always obvious if it's not in a corner where to drill. So just a little tip on that, which I'll be the one putting it back up. Okay, I got the remodel fan box installed. Those are always hateful. You have to twist them in up to the studs, and then you got to make sure that both of the little legs are upright when you do those. They're not easy, but I got this one in. Now this is way overkill for what fixture they're going to have, but it's what is available to put in, and it's the easiest thing, even though it's overkill. So we got the pieces put back, screwed in, put a little round piece over there. So that's ready for sheetrockers to come back. And these were the tools today. This was the fan box. This is a Commercial Electric. Those are more difficult than most of the other brands. Try not to use them if you can. And of course, the Bosch level. I've used this in other videos. GPL3T. I'm pretty sure they'd still make that. But that just sits up on that, and you just level it and it shoots a laser up. Super easy. And the other big star of the day, Mr. Clean Magic erasers, the pencil marks, all the sheetrock, you got to have those. And of course our tools, the multi-tool is what I actually use to cut the sheetrock. I turn it down lower on like 2, and that keeps the dust lower. If you get it real high, it makes even more of a fine dust mess. So, but I hope this video was helpful. It's just a short one on finding, some studs and locating things. This is a fixture going to go in. They're going to put that in later. But any kind of fixture, even with that fan box, that's rated up to say 70-pound fan. So, but that's good to have regardless. So, but hope this was helpful. Please like, subscribe, and look out for any of my other videos with similar topics and for electrical stuff and making your life a little easier. Thank you.